This sweet, beautiful girl just got married and was already living like she was alone, all because her husband never truly loved her. That night, her husband waited until she fell asleep, then snuck off to the States behind her back. The next morning, Mary woke up to find her husband gone. She saw his message saying he'd already left for America. She couldn't believe it. She searched everywhere in the living room for him, but he was nowhere to be found in the house. Every call went straight to voicemail. She couldn't hold back the tears. It wasn't until that evening when her husband texted that he'd landed safely. Only then did Mary feel some relief, but they'd barely exchanged a few words before James rushed off the phone. Ever since James left, whenever Mary missed him, all she could do was watch their wedding video. Sometimes she couldn't help but text him, but her husband always seemed too busy. He rarely texted back. A year flew by. During that whole year, James barely reached out to her. As his return date got closer and closer, Mary decided to buy a ticket to the States to surprise James. After arriving in America, Mary couldn't wait to call James. She wanted to tell him she'd come to see him, but the call dropped due to bad signal. Meanwhile, James got the news that he'd passed his evaluation. He was about to go celebrate with his co-workers. Mary showed up with flowers in hand, but when she saw James, she hid her face behind the bouquet, because this was the first time she'd ever seen James smile like that. A genuine smile she'd never received. She'd always thought James was just naturally cold. That night, she finally saw the truth. In the heavy snow, Mary dragged her suitcase away alone. She decided to text James about getting a divorce, but then she hesitated and deleted everything she'd typed. That's when James got a call from Mary's best friend. That's how he found out Mary had come to see him. Remembering the figure he'd seen in the hallway that afternoon, he rushed over, only to find the flowers in the trash. Just like that, Mary boarded her flight home in despair. Even in that moment, she kept hoping James would come find her, but it was all just wishful thinking. A few days later, Mary picked up James from the airport when he returned, but seeing him again, she felt nothing but emptiness. James looked at her cold expression. He tried to reach for her hand, but she gently pulled away.
我们去趟民政局吧。
民政局？
去办离婚手续盘，东西我都带上了。
我真的不让你去美国了。
不怪你，去趟美国也没白去，都想通了。我也希望以后能遇到一个人，能够像我爱你一样爱我。
No matter what Jane said now, Mary had made up her mind to end this marriage. Back home from the courthouse, Mary packed her things alone. Suddenly James wrapped his arms around her from behind, begging her to stay, but it was just another fantasy. She desperately wished James would come over and say something, even just don't go. But by the time she finished packing and walked out the door, James just sat there without a word.